Hello everyone, in this video I will touch with you about the meaning of Tết in Vietnamese culture where time, memory and hope meet. Tết Nguyên Đán, often simply called Tết, is more than the Vietnamese Lunar New Year. It is the emotional and spiritual center of the Vietnamese calendar, the moment when time feels like it pauses, looks back, and then begins again. To understand Tết is to understand how the Vietnamese people see family, ancestry, nature, and the quiet hope that every new beginning carries. At its heart, Tết means the first morning. It marks the beginning of the lunar year, usually falling between late January and mid-February. But culturally, that is not just a date, it is the season of return. People return to their hometowns, to their parents' houses, to their ancestors' altars, and in many ways to themselves, no matter how far someone has traveled or how busy life has become. Tết call them home. Where Tết come from, the origins of Tết are ancient, rooted in Vietnam's long agricultural history. Long before modern calendars and cities, Vietnamese life revolved around the rhythm of rice farming, the end of the harvest, and the beginning of the new agricultural cycle were sacred moments. People thank the heavens and earth for the old year's crops and pray for the favorable weather and abundance in the year to come. Over time, these agricultural rituals blended in Confucian's, Taoist, and Buddhist influences, as well as indigenous beliefs about spirits and ancestors. Tết became not only a celebration of nature's renewal, but also a spiritual bridge between the living and the dead. This is why ancestor worship plays such a central role during Tết. The Vietnamese believe that during this time, ancestors return to visit their descendants, to share in the joy of the new year and to bless the family. Legend also plays a part in Tết story. One of the most beloved is the tale of Bánh Chưng and Bánh Dày, created by Prince Lang Liu to honor the king and the earth and sky. Bánh Chưng, the square sticky rice cake filled with mung beans and pork, represents the earth. Bánh Dày, the round cake, represents the sky. This story is still remembered today, and Bánh Chưng remains one of the most iconic foods of Tết, simple, humble, and deeply symbolic. The meaning of the new beginning. In Vietnamese culture, Tết is not only about celebration, it is about resetting life. Before Tết arrives, families clean their homes thoroughly. This is not just housekeeping, it is symbolic act of sweeping away bad luck, old worries, and unfinished troubles from the past year. Debts are paid if possible, arguments are settled, and grudges are set aside. The idea is simple but powerful. You do not carry yesterday's debts into tomorrow's year. On the first day of Tết, people are careful with their words and actions. There is a deep belief that how you begin the year shapes how the whole year will unfold. That is why people avoid anger, harsh words, or sadness during Tết. Instead, they choose kindness, good wishes, and smiles. Even if life has been hard, Tết teaches a quiet form of hope. Even when the past year was difficult, the new year is still allowed to begin gently. Family at the center. If there is one word to define Tết more than any other, is family. Tết is the time when children come back to their parents, when siblings gather under one roof, and when 3 or even 4 generations may sit at the same table. For many Vietnamese, especially those living far from home, Tết is the one time of year that truly belongs to family. On the New Year's Eve, families prepare an offering to their ancestors, inviting them home for Tết. Incense is lit, food is arranged carefully, and prayers are whispered. Not in grand speeches, but in simple, sincere words. It is a moment of gratitude and remembrance, a way of saying, we are here because you were here before us. Children receive lì xì, red envelopes with lucky money from elders, but real meaning of lì xì is not the amount of money, it is a blessing, a wish for health, growth, and good fortune. In return, children offer New Year's wishes to their parents and grandparents, often with shy smiles and rehearsed phrases that still carry genuine respect. Tết and Vietnamese song. Tết also reflects a deep Vietnamese understanding of harmony with nature, with family, and with time. The blooming of peach blossoms in the north and apricot blossoms in the south, the sound of firecrackers in memory and the modern times in nostalgia, the smell of incense and traditional food. All of these are not just decorations or customs. They are emotional signals that the world is turning a new page. Food during Tết is rich and meaningful. Bánh chưng, pickled vegetable, braised pork, candy, fruits. These dishes not just for eating, but they are for remembering. Many Vietnamese can taste their childhood in these foods, can remember a mother staying up late to cook, a grandmother wrapping leaves, a family sitting together waiting for the new year to arrive. More than a holiday in modern times, Tết has changed in many ways. Cities are busier, traditions are sometimes simplified, and many people celebrate far from their birthplace. But the soul of Tết remains the same. It is still about returning, renewing, and remembering. Tết reminds people that life is not only a straight line forward, it is also a circle of seasons, of generations, of endings and beginnings. It teaches that no matter how heavy the year has been, there is always a moment when you are allowed to start again with clean floors, kind words, and hopeful hearts. In that sense, Tết is not just the Vietnamese New Year, it is quite philosophy of life. Honor the past, cherish the present, and welcome the future with humility and hope. I hope you enjoy it, and if you would like to listen to the Vietnamese version too, please click on my link and listen to the Vietnamese version. Thank you.
Bao nhiêu thương nhớ gom nhặt đầy anh trở về thăm em, bao lần ngồi thâu đêm nghe mùa xuân vừa đến. Anh ơi hoa thắm rơi ngập đường, trời nắng sẽ vương vương, lòng nhớ tới anh luôn khi chiều tàn chim gọi đàn. Anh ơi đôi lúc